The night of September 12, 2025 began like any other. Quiet, ordinary, unremarkable. Then, without warning, telescopes around the globe trained on a single impossible sight. From the ink between the stars, a giant intruder screamed into view, dragging behind it a tail so vast it could swallow constellations. The spectacle dwarfed every comet recorded since the age of Oumuamua. Astronomers knew with a cold certainty that they were witnessing something historic. Before anyone could breathe, the plot thickened. From a different pitch-black corner of the sky, a second colossal traveler was confirmed, catalogued as SWC 2025 R2. Two enormous visitors, arriving almost together, bearing different trajectories and origins, yet converging on the same target, our Sun. The geometry was staggeringly precise. Many scientists called it near impossible. Still, the raw measurements did not lie. At first, official channels labeled them comets. But the private conversations were different. Their motions felt too tidy, unnervingly purposeful. What began as a coincidence grew teeth and intent. Had something arranged this convergence beyond anything we understood? The first clue came from NASA's SW instrument. On that September morning, it caught a blaze so intense it startled veterans of the night sky. In the hush of the star field, this object burned with an almost artificial brightness. Early calculations stunned the community. The tail stretched nearly 2.5 degrees across the firmament, about 5 times the width of a full moon. This was not behavior seen in a routine icy visitor, not on a first approach, not ever. Its apparent magnitude, put near 7.4, made it visible to backyard observers with nothing more than binoculars, and word spread like wildfire. From Perth to Prague, amateurs and small observatories hurried to confirm. Within 48 hours, breathtaking images flooded feeds, tails so long they threatened to leave frames, as if the sky itself had outgrown the sensor. By September 13th, the International Astronomical Union stepped in, validating the discovery and assigning the designation C2025 R2SW to honor the instrument that first captured its light. Suddenly, the world leaned in. Professionals and passionate hobbyists traded brightness curves, debated size estimates, and stared in collective disbelief. This was not a fragment from the distant Oort cloud. The observed numbers belonged with legends, the kind of celestial visitors that make history books. Swan, as it became known, blazed through Virgo with a presence that grew bolder every hour. Its tail carved across the night like a comet the size of myth. The more data arrived, the stranger it seemed. How had such a gargantuan tail formed in so brief a time? What source of energy or mechanism could fashion such a phenomenon? Experts offered cautious theories. Amateurs asked the blunt questions. Something about Swan's behavior refused to fit known cometary models, and then came the reminder that Swan was not traveling alone. Days earlier, another intruder, called Atlas in some circles, had been confirmed approaching from a wholly different sector of the heavens. Swan's path mapped back through Aquarius. Atlas traced a line through Sagittarius. Their birthplaces in the sky were oceans apart. Yet both were plunging inward toward the sun, set to reach perihelion within days of one another. Swan's closest approach was calculated for October 20th, at roughly 150 million kilometers from the sun. Atlas would pass 3 days earlier on October 17th, at around 203 million kilometers. Their perihelia lay only 50 million kilometers apart, closer than Mars ever draws to Earth.